Remember that epic clash between Brandon Moreno and Deiveson Figueiredo at UFC 256? Well, it was so good that the UFC had to run it back for a rematch. Well, buckle up because we're back with the rematch at UFC 263, and things are even wilder this time. In our last video, we promised you all the juicy highlights, and boy, did these fighters deliver. It's like they have a secret agreement to keep us on the edge of our seats until the very end. Trust me, these guys don't give up easily. Looking at their stats at that time, Brandon Moreno had 19 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws, while Deiveson Figueiredo boasts an impressive 20 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. You can see that the stakes were high and the tension palpable. Are you ready for some jaw-dropping skills, intense moments, and the big reveal of who comes out on top? Let's see the second match between Brandon Moreno and Deiveson Figueiredo. This is going to be a wild ride. Don't blink, guys. This is UFC 263, and you don't want to miss a second of the action. Let's see what goes down the show. Round 1. The challenger makes a statement. In the first round, Moreno stormed into action like a hurricane. He threw punches as if he had something to prove, and those jabs of his, it was a pure precision. The whole crowd couldn't help but jump up in excitement.
So in this fight, he's got a more measured approach. There's a nasty left hook to the body. More measured approach.
Figueiredo came in with a different approach from the first fight, being calmer and more calculated, but little did he know what Moreno had in store. Boom! A jab from Moreno hit its mark perfectly, sending shockwaves through the entire arena. Moreno knocked down Figueiredo, but Figueiredo quickly recovered and was able to counter and thwart further advancements Moreno had planned on the ground.
Oh! He dropped him!
Moreno claimed that round for himself, leaving no doubt that he came to win. The scoreboard: Moreno 1, Figueiredo 0. Mind you, this was more than just a jab. It was a statement. Moreno was here to make history, and that first round was his way of saying, "I'm here." The tension in the air was thick, and you could feel the energy shift as Moreno took the lead. 1 round down, but the drama was just beginning to unfold. Round 2. Ground Game Gambit. Figueiredo decided to change things up, feeling Moreno had the momentum in the stand-up, so he took the fight to the ground.
Oh, beautiful takedown by Figueiredo.
Nice job not accepting it,
But hold on, Moreno wasn't about to let Figueiredo have his way. Even on the ground, he stayed cool. Figueiredo had Moreno in a guillotine choke, but Moreno was patient and found a way to escape the choke, getting the fight back up on its feet.
It's tough to see from here. All right, now he definitely does it. So Brandon did a great job there.
Yeah, fought those hands first.
Fighting those off. And now he's scrambling to his feet.
He turned the tables, pulling off a takedown of his own, showing Figueiredo that he's not the only one with tricks up his sleeve. And what was the result? Moreno took control of round 2. It wasn't just a defensive game for him. It was a comeback story in the making. Round 3, the submission showdown. We could see kicks and punches flying, the crowd on the edge of their seats. Moreno, determined and hungry for victory, was scrambling to take Figueiredo down. Suddenly, he found himself on Figueiredo's back, a real game changer.
He gets the back. He's got the hooks. Oh my goodness, he's got both hooks in. He's got the body triangle.
Moreno threw some punches to Figueiredo's face to soften his defenses on the ground, acting quickly as soon as he saw an opening for a rear naked choke. The crowd held their breath as they were potentially witnessing history.
In terms of the placement of the triangle, he'd like it on top.
Yes.
Because it's putting pressure on his elbow. Look at this! He's under the
Tension in the arena was palpable. With fire in his eyes, Moreno tightened his grip, going for the submission. The whole place held its breath. Figueiredo fought back, but Moreno's determination was unyielding. In the blink of an eye, it was over. Moreno secured the submission, and the crowd erupted in cheers.
You have a champion! Brandon Moreno is the undisputed UFC flyweight champion!
Wow!
That moment wasn't just a win. It was history in the making. The referee confirmed the result. Moreno triumphed in round 3.
Unfinishable. Deiveson Figueiredo.
The roar of the crowd. The realization that Moreno had etched his name in the UFC history books as the first Mexican UFC champ, it was pure adrenaline. No one could deny the spectacle they had just witnessed. Moreno became the new flyweight champion. As soon as Figueiredo tapped, the roar of the crowd erupted. You could hear it as Moreno got up, walked around the cage, and stared aimlessly. He stopped, looked at the crowd in disbelief, and the roar vindicated what he had done. At that moment, he realized his accomplishment, breaking down into a battle scream. Figueiredo came by to congratulate him, and the announcer declared him the new champ. The UFC president placed the belt on his shoulder, and Moreno broke down into tears. In his interview with Joe Rogan, Moreno showed the passion he put into gaining the UFC flyweight belt. "This moment is amazing. I worked so hard for this fucked life," he said, tearing up.
Man, I worked so hard for this, man. You know, I mean, so you picture.
He became instantly passionate, explaining he trained for 6 months and passionately screamed, "Viva Mexico! Long live Mexico!" With this victory, he not only secured the championship, but also etched his name in the history books as the first Mexican-born UFC fighter, adding a memorable chapter to his remarkable story. Round 3 of the second match between Brandon Moreno and Deiveson Figueiredo at UFC 263 became legendary, a chapter in Moreno's journey from being cut from the UFC to holding the undisputed flyweight title. Now, dear audience, as we soak in the adrenaline and excitement of UFC 263, let me leave you with a burning question. Do you want a Brandon Moreno and Deiveson Figueiredo 3? Will the rematch send shockwaves through the fighting world? If so, what do you think will happen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Keep those eyes peeled, because the Brandon Moreno vs. Deiveson Figueiredo saga continues, and the next chapter will be shown in our next video. Until then, like and subscribe to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching.